Alright, bus driver here, brothers, and the ladies, and the haters that are most definitely watching. Yeah. You know, I know a lot of people want me to respond to every supposed major event that goes on in the world, to where people may try to tie it to SYSBM and passport bro movement as a whole, but there's no need to. You know, what I do is I like to take my time and let things play out, things marinate out. So of course, you know, you got your Jonathan Majors ordeal. And so because his girlfriend happens to be a white female, this is all flies in the face of SYSBM. This proves that your guys' ideology is not a logical ideology, I guess. It's not a logical theory. It's not a logical lifestyle because, you know, one Hollywood actor has got his career stagnated or obliterated because he got an incident with a female who is white. And so therefore, she's a white female, and he got in an incident with her because, you know, she did what Western women like to do, put their hands on their man, and he defended himself, and he got supposedly railroaded in court, even though they had video. So they found him guilty because he overly defended himself, as big as he is and as small as she is. So therefore, you brothers need to stay away from these white women. They're so bad. You know, Emmett Till. Keep it 100, keep it black. This is the childish thinking that these men have over and over again. It always happened so many, you know, every other year. Every other year, something happens to a black guy, and if it happens to be a white female, it's tied to she outs him because he was in her DMs, or again, Jonathan Major thing. That must mean that the sheer number of these brothers that are out here in relationship with something from another culture other than an African American female, that must mean that these men, their relationships are going to go downhill too. And it's highly likely any of you brothers get into a relationship with a female, especially if she's white, you're going to get Jonathan Majors. Because white supremacy still exists and dominates. These are the childish arguments. It's the same shit. You know, when they keep harping on Jonathan Majors, you know what I think? I think of O.J. Simpson. Remember O.J.? Remember the trial of the century? Remember all that drama and all the shit that people say in the comedy shows and magazines? You know, O.J. hasn't been white. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Mess with them white girls, see what happened? O.J. Kobe. How many decades ago was that? They think because it's a major event that it's going to stop brothers from going out on a hunt for them bunnies, them snow bunnies, I guess. They're going to think, because some star has some drama with a white female, that's going to scare off the white ladies from getting with the brothers. They somehow think this over and over and over again, because what some of them want you to do is they want you to admit that your SYSBM is not as cracked up as we reported to be. This is what they want you to admit. So even if you were to admit that, they still would not be happy. Because these guys are never happy. because their mama was never happy. And so their mama raised them to be like Umar Johnson. Their mama raised them to be like these dudes on the internet complaining, and they think they're so smart. They think they're so smart because they cater to a community of women who are so self-conscious and have so low of self-esteem of themselves that they have to uplift them by always pointing out that white bitch over there. These women are so independent and so unbothered that they're so bothered that they need to go fly out to a whole nother country and try to ruin the happiness of men in Thailand. Black men in Thailand, to try to ruin the happiness of black men in the Philippines, to try to ruin the happiness of black men going to Brazil. These are the same people that these dudes on the line and these women online are catering to. You wonder why it doesn't make sense, because these people, were probably not, going hard in the paint. I don't know, I guess SYSBM or Passport Bros, when whole Will Smith drama has been popping off, right? I mean, Will Smith's 100 times a Jonathan Majors, and his fall was spectacular due to his wife, who happens to be a BW. And guess what? His scenario of how his life was sabotaged happens exponentially more to black men than a Jonathan Majors scenario. For every one Jonathan Majors, I would front you that there's 1,000 Jada Pinkets, if not more. So much so that these women are flying to other countries so they can sabotage your community. That's exactly what they're going to do. I'm going to tell you how they're going to do it. If you haven't put the dots together, I'm going to tell you how they're going to destroy your community. How they're going to try to take your shit out over there in Thailand. Because they already started. You see, the problem that you guys having is you're advertising heavy about how much fun you're having out there in Thailand and how much businesses you're setting up. All of that. You're setting up Black Wall Street in Thailand, and you know they cannot have that. Because if you set up Black Wall Street in another country, then the question becomes, what's stopping you from doing that in these United States of America? White supremacy? No. It's not white supremacy. You will put two and two together and you will say, how are they able to set up Black Wall Street in the Philippines and not in these United States of America? What's holding them back? White supremacy? No, it's not white supremacy. You would put two and two together and you wonder, how are they establishing communities, Black Wall Street in Brazil? But they can't do that in Southside Chicago. What's holding them back from building in Detroit? White supremacy? No. It's your mama. So how are they going to destroy these, or try to destroy these brothers' communities overseas? Well, step one. Since you guys advertise where you guys are at, they know where to go. You know they're not going to Bangkok like that. Why? Because apparently there's not a heavy African-American male presence in Bangkok that's advertising their whereabouts. So they go to this place called Phuket, if I'm pronouncing the name right? Because apparently there's several shops and barbershops and restaurants owned by black men who, went out there previously, years before, established their own businesses, got married to the locals, and starting families. And so more brothers are showing up. And then there's one that's really, really famous on the internet. We all know who it is. Packing up this stuff and going all overseas. Broadcasting it back to the States. So, they know where to go. They go to this community, this town, this beach town, beach city, whatever it is. And they go look for the hot spots, the places where the black men are at. And they go find somebody there that they can talk to. Somebody that would have a discussion with them. Throw on a tight shirt or whatever, a tight dress or whatever it is. Hang out over at the clubs, at the bars, and see if they can catch one of you guys' eyes. Say, oh, you ain't talking to no sisters over here? Why would they be going over there to talk to any sisters? Is question one. But that's how they're going to do it. They're going to find somebody that's still going to have that shine on their forehead. They're still going to feel like they need to explain themselves, explain why brothers are doing what they are doing. Befriend that person. That person is going to show them the hangout spots, where to go, who to talk to, how to survive. They're going to show them the ropes. When they show these women the ropes. These women, if they cannot get a man out over there in Thailand, a black man over there in Thailand, what they're going to do is they're going to import themselves a man. Because while you're over there showing them the ropes, you're going to show them how to sustain themselves, to make money overseas. You're going to tell them all the little secrets. Oh, some real estate here. I invest in crypto. I do this. I do that. And they're going to start emulating what you do so they can set up shop just like you over there. And now, instead of it being a black male community, a Malaysian community that black men have started, it becomes a black community. And once it becomes a black community, these women are going to be really comfortable to start to show their ass, just like they show their ass here in the States. They already have done it. They've been in people's houses, in a foreign country, talking about the foreign people like they ain't shit. Telling you what they is and what they ain't going to do. What they is and they ain't going to cook. How they is and they ain't going to live. How you going to have to bend to their will, sit next to their own husband in a foreign land talking cash shit. This is what they're going to do. They're going to get real comfortable. Then they're going to start showing their ass. Then they're going to start putting their hands on the locals. Like the ladies that done did down in Bali. They're going to start putting their hands on the locals. They're going to start twerking. They're going to start be doing things in an appropriate. What they're going to do is they're going to niggify your community. It will no longer be a black expat of males that have went out and established their own shit and built Black Wall Street. No, they're going to show up to niggify your community. That's exactly what they're going to do. And once they niggify your community, you're all painted under the same brush. You all become, we don't want to hang around them. And you got to remember now, this is not going to be the United States of America. This is not going to be Europe. They don't have no history over there of enslaving your ass. So they don't have no problems with saying your type of people are not welcome in these parts of the world. And that's what they're counting on. So that everybody gets thrown out. Not just them, but also you. Because all they need is for somebody to feel sorry for them and want to show them wrong. Because if they look good to you and you think they're fine from the old classical sense, because other people are looking at them like this broad isn't fine. How'd you thought she was looking good? Oh, because in the nightclub she was wearing a tight dress, so them titties were popping. That ass was big like that. If you mix the Thai with the with the black chicks, no, what the fuck is the thinking? What is the thinking? So once they niggify your community, you're all done. That is the plan. That is the strategy. They're going to show up at places where they're not wanted, and they're going to flop around like a fish, complaining that you guys don't want to be with them. They're going to get on the internet and they're going to report to shame you, to shame that you guys over there in Japan ain't checking for them. Did you guys over here in Taiwan ain't checking for them? Did you guys over here in Korea ain't checking for them? Did you guys over here in Thailand ain't checking for them? You guys over there in Brazil ain't checking for them? What's wrong with you black men? You cooning, you buck dancing, you samboing. What's wrong with you? And it's going to be always a weak link that's going to want to have to explain themselves to them. Being nice. Your niceness to them is seen as weakness. That's what it is. They don't care about you. They're not your women. I do not understand how you guys don't understand. They keep telling you they do not want to submit to you because they are not your women. They may look like your sister. They may look like your mama, but they are not your women. They tell you straight up with supreme confidence that it's better for them to live under white supremacy than under the control of a black man. Look it up. Not all of them like that. Of course, not all of them are like that. But the majority do not check that minority of women because the minority is that majority. And they stick together. So their silence is consent. They co-sign the activity even if they don't want to do it themselves. They are not your women. That chick you over there wifing up in Thailand or in the Philippines is more of your woman than your own BW back in the States. I do not understand why you guys do not get that. Because that chick over there in Thailand, that chick over there in the Philippines, that chick that you marrying overseas come from a traditional background. They come from that background where marriage means you go with your husband. You are now your husband's. You're under his umbrella. That traditional type setup. Not the modern Western relationships of 50-50 or whatever this modern setup is. They are traditional. So that chick is that foreign woman is more of your woman than your own supposed sister here in the States. My bus driver out, and this is ridiculous. Let me come back with a PS for this. I know this went really long. Listen. If you're overseas, especially your brothers over there in Thailand, if you're over there in Thailand, you should not, Thailand, Philippines, anywhere, you should not feel obligated to have to give these ladies attention, time of day. You brothers in the States, you should not have to answer for Jonathan Majors. All right, you don't have to answer to these bozos online for your decisions in life because you like something from another culture and you want to express that. Because these people aren't building a goddamn thing for they said queen. These people aren't building a goddamn thing for they said the most beautiful woman on God's green earth. They ain't doing nothing for them but talk. SYSBM, bad bus driver out.